Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and quick question for you. What is the most expensive car you've ever seriously considered buying? Now, a follow-up question. Would you feel emotionally safe telling your friends you spent six figures on a Kia? Yeah, exactly, because today we're talking about ultra luxury cars made by brands your brain absolutely refuses to associate with ultra luxury. Not bad brands, not cheap brands, just brands that historically were supposed to stay in their lane and instead decided to cross three segments without signaling. And the funny thing is that this kind of shock only happens in two situations. One, when a car company literally loses their mind, or two, when someone accidentally ends up in a car way nicer than they were emotionally prepared for. Hypothetically, like if someone suddenly found themselves winning something ridiculous from a place like winthisIdealCar.com and had to explain to their friends afterwards. Anyway, before the comment section tries to fight God, some rules here. US market only, no performance arguments, horsepower is irrelevant here. This is about comfort, refinement, tech, and vibes. And when I say affordable brand, I mean historical perception, not what the dealership charges now. We're going from, okay, that's a bit fancy to who approved this and why didn't anyone stop them? Let's start gentle with the Toyota Avalon. The first gen Avalon is Toyota realizing Americans don't actually want sport. They want silence. Front wheel drive, soft suspension, seats designed by people who actively hate chiropractors. Here's the wild part. Adjusted for inflation, top trim Avalons land around $58,000. That's not Camry money, that's quietly expensive accountant money. And it was good. Very refined, very Toyota, but it wasn't ultra luxury. It was Toyota stretching before doing something much more aggressive. And remember, I've linked to Auto Tempest so that you can find all these ideal rides for cheap in the pinned first comment down below. Next, Toyota Cressida, 1989 to 1992. Ah yes, Toyota's pre-Lexus identity crisis. The Cressida was Toyota saying, what if Mercedes but dependable? Rear-wheel drive, inline six, suspiciously super adjacent. Inside you got power everything, cruise control, tilt and telescoping wheel, and soft touch climate controls, which in the early 90s was borderline witchcraft. Price in 1992, $23.5 grand, adjusted about $55,000 from Toyota. Owners loved them. Then Lexus dropped the LS 400 like a meteor and the Cressida evaporated overnight. Toyota didn't kill it. Toyota replaced it with itself, but hotter.
And guys, real quick, why watch other people win their dream cars when that could literally be you next? Rocky won the GTR plus bonus cash, flew out, spent the weekend with us, and we sent his car straight back to New York. A complete stranger entered just like you, and it changed his whole life. Tap the pin first comment and get in. Your dream car isn't gonna win itself. Now, back to the show.
Now, we enter the we really tried era. The Mazda 929, also called the Sentia, is one of the most criminally forgotten luxury sedans ever sold in America. Rear-wheel drive, elegant early 90s proportions, and Mazda went full engineer brain on this thing. ABS and dual airbag standard, solar-powered cabin ventilation, auto climate, power moonroof, soft touch materials, absolutely everywhere. This car wasn't chasing spec sheets, it was chasing how the car made you feel. Price in 1993, 29 grand. Adjusted, $66,000 from Mazda, and buyers looked at it and said, wow, that's a really nice Mazda, which is the worst possible sentence you can hear at that price. Mitsubishi then said, okay, but what if we tried luxury? And the Diamante showed up loaded. Electronically controlled suspension, traction and stability control, variable steering, automatic climate, memory seats. In 1992, this car was smarter than most houses. Adjusted pricing lands around $60,000. The car was quiet, comfortable, technologically flexy, and it failed because the badge said Mitsubishi, not because the product was bad. This will become a theme. Ah yes, the Almost Amati. The Millennia was supposed to launch Mazda's luxury brand in the US. Instead, it launched confusion, especially the Millennia S. Exceptionally smooth, zero drama. Interior was peak pre-screen luxury, real buttons, wood trim, soft leather, nothing yelling at you. Adjusted price, right around $60,000, which explains why nobody bought it, and why Mazda still hasn't emotionally recovered. If you've driven a high-trim CX-90 and thought, why does this feel suspiciously expensive? Now you know. Mitsubishi tried again. Second-gen Diamante, built in Australia, aimed at the Acura TL and Lexus ES. Top trims adjusted to $73,000 from Mitsubishi. At which point buyers said, I could also not do that. Identity diluted, trim confusion, car vanished, timing killed it. This one sneaks up on people. The retro Thunderbird revival was the most expensive Thunderbird ever, adjusted for inflation. Personal luxury convertible, Jaguar-based V8, near 50-50 weight distribution, heated glass roof, white face gauges, motor trend car of the year. Then people remembered it was a Thunderbird and left. Now they're under 10 grand and aging suspiciously well. Future collectible energy is strong here. GM time, the high country Tahoe and Suburban exist because someone realized Americans will pay luxury money as long as the car still looks like their neighbors. These things regularly sticker at $70,000 or more. And here's the confusion. At that price, you could buy a Yukon Denali or a Cadillac Escalade. But some buyers said, no, I want the Chevy one, but expensive. This isn't failure. This is sociology. Now, we enter bold territory. The K900 was Kia saying, we are done being polite. Rear wheel drive, V8, Napa leather, real wood, soft closed doors, Lexicon audio, adjusted price, $83,000, sales under 1,000 units a year. Because the sentence, I spent 80 grand on a Kia, still causes physical harm to conversations. Both generations are now absurd, used market bargains. Hyundai followed up with the Equus. Full executive class behavior, air suspension, rear seat focus, massaging seats, V8, adjusted price, nearly $100,000 from Hyundai. Sales struggled, badge perception won again. Today you can buy one for 12 to 15 grand and feel like a corrupt executive in a prestige drama. And finally, the most unhinged car Volkswagen has ever built. The Phaeton wasn't VW pretending to be luxury. It was VW trying to out-engineer Mercedes. Quad zone climate, massaging seats, double pane glass, air suspension, chassis rated for 186 miles per hour, engines included a W12. Adjusted price up to $165,000 from Volkswagen, and it looked like a Passat, only about 3,000 sold in the US, now under 10 grand. Maintenance will financially erase your family name. And honestly, this is why it is so funny when people accidentally end up in cars that are way nicer than they planned. Hypothetically, right? If someone were to end up winning something ridiculous from a place like winthisIdealcar.com, that would be extremely on theme for this entire video. Anyways, none of these cars failed because they were bad. They failed because luxury isn't just about quality, it's about perception, timing, and whether your friends nod approvingly when you tell them what you bought. And sometimes the best cars are the ones that tried anyway. So if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and let me know, have you ever thought about buying any of these ideal luxury cars? In the comments down below. Remember to go to winthisIdealcar.com to get entered to win your dream car plus cash. Check out some of these ideal vids over here. I'm Brad Danger. This is Ideal. We'll catch you next week, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.